can't change, I can't change, yeah, yeah. I can't change, I can't change, yeah, yeah. I can't change, I can't change, yeah, yeah. I can't change, I can't change, yeah. Pull up, hop out, going bad like the casa. I was sleeping in my aunt's house.
Hi, Limitless Squad. This is your girl Danya, and I'm back at you with another video. This story time is about a time when I found out that I had anxiety. This is gonna be not a very lifelike video. It's gonna be a video of if I could find somebody to help with my situation, then I will. So this happened actually recently. As we all know, with the pandemic that's going on with the coronavirus, it's getting to the point where it's affecting people in different ways. And for me, it's affecting me mentally. Let's just say, let's go back to the time when I found out that I have anxiety. So, it happened on a Friday morning to be exact. So, I woke up in the middle of the night to try to go to the bathroom. And as my boyfriend was here at the time, and when I woke up in the middle of the night, I felt this tightness in my chest, like I was being like somebody was like pushing and pressuring my chest really, really bad. As you can look up, that can be a symptom of you being affected with coronavirus. So I basically was freaking out. Oh my gosh, why am I feeling this tightness in my chest? Like, what is going on? It was getting to the point where I started crying. And it got to the point where I was so hysterical that I actually woke my boyfriend up out of his sleep. And he was like, well, why is it that, you know, what's going on? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know. My chest is tight. It's heavy. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I ended up working from home that day. I just figured, you know, I'll be fine once I finally, you know, get some rest and go to sleep. So I wake up. I still felt like a tightness in my chest, but I was working from home, so I was pretty much fine. After, you know, I got done with my work day, and I was actually sitting on the couch all day. So after I got done with my work day, I stood up. And as I stood up, mind me, while I was sitting down the whole entire time working from home on the computer, I didn't really feel anything. It wasn't as bad. So then when I stood up, I could feel the pressure again. I texted my mom, I texted my dad, told them that basically pressure in my chest and I had a panic attack. My parents basically said that, you know, if you feel like this tomorrow, you need to go to the hospital. I could barely sleep. I was probably getting maybe 30 minutes to an hour of sleep because I would just feel like I could not breathe. Like, I'll lay down, I'll get some type of relief, but then I would still feel the tightness in my chest an hour later, and it would wake me up. So my boyfriend kept asking me, you know, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? And I'm just like, you know, I still feel this tightness in my chest. By then, I would say from Friday morning to Saturday morning, so within a 24-hour period, I would say I've had 4 to 5 panic attacks. I end up going to the hospital. As soon as you walk in, there's this metal detector. It was a behavioral specialist, which for people who don't know what a behavioral specialist is, it's kind of like security, sitting at one part of the hospital, and then it was 2 nurses at the other part of the hospital. Mind me, they all have masks on. I have a mask on. My boyfriend has a mask on. So when I get there, you know, they're asking questions like, okay, you know what, why are you here? And I tell them that, you know, I'm experiencing a tightness in my chest. Immediately. Have you been out of the country? Have you been around people that may have been tested positive, or may have been either tested positive for the virus or may have been infected by the virus? All these questions. So I'm telling them no. So then I have to go through the metal detector before I can like go to the intake waiting area, reception area, or whatever. I think that's what you call it. My boyfriend tries to come behind me. They tell him no. He stood outside. When I get in there, everybody that's at the nursing station, that's what it's called. Everybody that's at the nursing station has on a mask. So then, they take your temperature, intake, all the other stuff, your insurance. You guys, I am freaking out. You hear so many stories about people going into the hospital and not coming out. Like not coming out at all. Or if they come out, it'd be a week later and they're by themselves the whole entire time because you can't have any visitors. So then a care partner takes my temperature, takes my weight, all this other stuff, takes my blood pressure. My blood pressure is like 161/59, so it's pretty high. Takes my temperature, I'm 99.1. So then a team of doctors come in. It's like 3. Again, they go through the series of questions. Have you been out of the country? Have you been around anybody who tested positive for the coronavirus? And I'm telling them no. By then, you guys, I'm so hysterical where I'm shaking. My palms are sweaty. Like my chest is definitely tight. And I just bawl out and I just cry in front of the doctor. And the doctor just explained to me, he was just like, well, I feel like from the symptoms that you're telling me, you don't experience a cough, you don't experience diarrhea, you don't have a fever. I feel like it's a very low chance that you have the virus, but would you like to be tested for it regardless? And I said, of course, because I want to just know for my peace of mind. So then how they test you for the virus, there's 2 ways. There's one where they do rapid testing, where other testing sites do not have it yet. It's not as, they don't have a lot of it, but they have more of the one where they do the nasal swab. So they take the nasal swab, and the nurse took the nasal swab and she put it up my nose. And she was like, well, I just want to warn you, it's going to be very discomforting. Are you ready? I told her no, she still put it up my nose. After that, the doctors just said, hey, I'm going to prescribe you 25 milligrams of hydroxyzine. And then, so fast forward, I would say like an hour later, I, experienced being on this high. And I'm like, very happy. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. By then, the chest pressure has went away. And I would say 2-3 hours later, I get home. And I'm telling you guys, I could not stay awake. I took like 2 naps. Because it was just like, it was like a high and then you coming down. And then it was just like, I was trying to fight my sleep and I just couldn't do it. So after that, I would say I didn't experience any more panic attacks. I would experience, like a little bit of chest pain here and there, but it wasn't to the point where I just like couldn't function at all. My full-time job, I was able to work from home, so that was a blessing. But I just got my test results back today, and by the grace of God, tested negative for the coronavirus. So the more of this story is basically, listen to your body. Now I haven't been technically diagnosed with like anxiety disorder, but I'm sure I have it if I went to a psychiatrist and got tested for it. But anxiety is real. Anxiety is scary because I don't want nobody to look at me as weak. But I'm living through it. Tomorrow will be the first day I'm going back to work since this whole thing has happened. But by the grace of God, I'm going to push through it. My last thing that I will say for this video is if you feel like that you have a loved one or that yourself has anxiety, please do not judge. Because I was one of those people that did judge. I'm not gonna lie. But now that I'm going through it myself, it is a real, true illness. So comfort people, hug them close. Sometimes you don't know what to say, just be there and just listen. Or just be there and don't say anything at all. I'm telling you, it makes a huge, huge difference. I just felt the need that I need to tell you guys that. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and join the Limitless squad. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when I post a video, and comment below on how you guys are dealing with this pandemic, because it's affecting people in different ways other than just financially. And always remember that your dreams are never limitless. Thank you, and I'll check you back at the next video.
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage.